All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to... Ooh, right in the camera way. Hello. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Happy Thursday. Hope you're all having a good day and have had a good week so far. Hello, Johnny. Nice to see you in here with us. So yeah, as you can see by the height of this thing, we're about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 levels of the... I don't know how many levels there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're almost at the top of the tower. We probably have another third to go of the SLS build. And so here we are. Oh, of course, it wouldn't be a stream if the camera wasn't working. So let's kick the camera a little bit. I raised it up a little bit so we can kind of see what's going on. But at some point, I'm going to have to get a different view, and I just don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. So we're on bag 16. I have a fly in here again. I just started coughing. Let's rock. Wouldn't be a stream without all the things. I'm at least connected properly to the internet. I do have some water. I'm wearing a USA women's national team jersey. They played today in the Olympics and won their first game against Zambia, which they should have. And they won pretty handily. But yeah, there's just no real good way to do this once it starts getting taller. But they did a good job. They scored 3 goals in pretty quick succession, and they looked pretty good. And the second half was a little underwhelming, but they still looked pretty good. Feel bad for Zambia. Apparently, they've had all kinds of problems, like their front office. Just corruption and all kinds of things with money and abuse allegations, and just I feel bad for teams that have to go through that. Like, it's not really the athletes' faults that kind of stuff ever happens. So, and that's the kind of stories you hear. I love the Olympics, but that's exactly the kind of stories you hear coming out of the Olympics, is stories like that. Not all of them are great. This is kind of in the way of the instructions, so I'm going to shift a little over this way, see if that helps. But the Olympics start tomorrow, and I'm super excited about it. That's one of my favorite events every 2 years. I'm more of a Summer Olympics fan, or a Winter Olympics fan, sorry. Hey, Johnny, let me know if the music's good and the audio and the visual. Make sure you can hear and see me and everything. Music seemed a little loud, but that's just me. And there's a fly. I can get that fly. Nope. Okay. I will get you later, fly. So yeah, if you're just joining, I hope you have a good time while you're here. Seeing already it's off camera, so let me try. We could raise it a little bit. Just while we're doing this section. Because all we're doing is putting sections on sections up here, so. But I can't see the instructions. So this is what I imagine Johnny's working on Barradur, and this is what I imagine is going to be happening with that too. You just have to take it in faith that there's a Lego build going on past the camera. Can't really do a top-down version of this. So other than the Olympics, there's Wolverine and Deadpool Wolverine starts today. Midnight today. Technically it starts tomorrow, but they always have like the midnight showings, which have like gone a little further back in time to where I think you could probably see it tonight somewhere if you looked hard enough. Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds were both on Hot Ones today. It was a very entertaining episode of Hot Ones. And their responses to the hot wings was very emblematic of how they react in, or what their characters were like in the films, and probably in real life to some extent. Ryan Reynolds talked through most of it, talked through the pain, tried to make jokes, and Hugh Jackman just kind of screamed. Kind of raged, kind of Wolverine rage kind of thing, berserker rage. But it was entertaining nonetheless. So we're just doing more of these to put on top here. Given this angle, you can see I still have stuff from Brick Rodeo to put away. This is the Horizon Zero Dawn setup that I had. I don't know that I'm going to take it apart just yet, because we've got a display coming up in September at Austin Beer Works that I haven't decided if I'm going to take apart the Mars base or do the Horizon Zero Dawn, or if I'm going to bring a bunch of microfighters. Kind of depends on what everybody else is bringing. I don't really have anything that would work together like a big city. You'll be putting it away for a week. Yeah, it's well, and I haven't started taking it apart or anything yet, because I wasn't sure if I was going to hang on to it for another display. So no, soon enough. I'm going to talk to the group and find out like what they're bringing. I think one of the guys is going to bring a bunch of modulars, mock modulars that he's made for displays like this. And I think a couple people will. And then I think Justin's probably going to bring some of his stuff, which is more individual, fun-looking bits. I think he's got a Barbie house and some things he's put on ideas. So we'll have to see what works together, what goes well together with all. And it really doesn't matter. You just show up with some mocks, and I think the people will be happy. Haven't decided on yet whether or not to bring Playbrick, but that'll be fun. So, Lego wise, I don't know if everybody's seen, but there's a new set coming out, Mario pixel art set. Him riding Yoshi, and it's got a little crank on it, and his little legs, Yoshi's little legs move. They do a little thing. It looks super cute. I like having the simple machine kind of aesthetic to the Lego builds. I think it works well for what people see at like conventions. And they're able to kind of learn to do that kind of thing, especially Steve Guinness. I think I got one of the flies. Being at Brick Rodeo, and he did the typewriter, but he also did a workshop where there was a lot of simple movement crank stuff. So that'll be pretty cool. I don't think I'll get it, but it still doesn't mean it doesn't look cool. I'm just kind of trying to not spend a ton on sets for the next little bit because we've probably got a project support thing coming up. And then I still want to get the lunar buggy. What's up, Gears? How's it going? Hello from Dallas. So try not to spend a lot on sets. In fact, I'm going through what I have on display at my house and seeing what I could kind of bag up and take to Bricks and Minifigs. See if they'd take anything. I'm sure they would. For credit. That way I don't have to buy anything for a while, as long as I can get some good stuff. I'm basically looking for two things right now, and I have to kind of wait for them to get it. What's up, James? How are you? So the discussion about the Mega Spark City has really taken off. I'm really excited about that. Brian seems to be very involved. Got a lot of designs showing up in studio, and I think that's going to be great. Hopefully hopefully he can get, if he gets a 10th of that built, off to the lug, people will give you more. It really depends. Like I'm talking like open sets, like nothing's in box. It's all, built and been sitting on a shelf for a while. So I'm soaking the Sydney Opera House. Oh, I got you. Nope, guess not. The Sydney Opera House roof is very yellowed, so I'm doing some soaks on that, trying to get that a little more white. It's not ever going to be as white as it was, but it was out in an office forever. So I'll offer it up, but also like I wouldn't mind store credit. That keeps me from whatever one this was a lot shorter. If I get store credit, it keeps me from spending. If I get cash for it, I could put it into savings for a vacation, but I would also probably likely spend it on something, and I don't necessarily want to. But that's the danger we all have with Bricks and Minifigs. Usually it's like you could get store credit. And I don't know how much store credit I had with Christena's place up in Round Rock, but man, I'm pretty sure I had a bunch of credit there, and then they went under. So I mean, it's kind of like, did I lose all that credit? Like so. The Rover, man, the thing is beautiful, but honestly, all I want are the new wheels and tires to build a giant Mario Kart gangster. Dang it! Sit still. There's all that illegal spending you tend to do, right? What illegal spending? Like paying off speeding tickets? Yeah. I trade off Lego sets for speeding tickets. I'm not sure how this works. I'll put that in there and then put this in here. And then put this up top here. Hopefully we'll be pretty close to done with this section. I think one more section up here. Still got pieces for another section, so that checks out. I'm not even going to say I haven't had a speeding ticket in a while, even though I just did, because I don't want to call that out into the universe. But I generally don't speed. I know like something like a fender bender is going to happen now. I think you get to an age where you're just like, why am I speeding? Where do I have to go where I'm in such a hurry? The marina's cool looking. I like it. I think it's a great idea too. Like kind of pushing out into open waters a little bit. Yeah, same. I don't even remember the last time I got pulled over for speeding. I got pulled over by a cop who lives in our or a sheriff who lives in our neighborhood. And, they had a thing, it was on Palmer. Was it Palmer? Yeah, it was on Wells Branch. And Wells Branch and Palmer kind of remind me of each other. And I know Palmer at certain speeds is 60 and Wells Branch is 45. So I was going down Wells Branch and I was almost up at 60. And they just had people sitting up on top of the hill, just like waiting for you to kind of come over the rise. And they're just like, just pull over. I'm not even going to clock you. We can tell you're going fast. So I got pulled over and the guy gets my license and looks at me and he goes, "You live on Madden?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You recognize that car?" And I look over and I'm like, "Oh man." And he gives me my license back and he goes, "Slow down." And I'm like, "Oh, yes, sir." So, but that was the last time. And then before that, I don't remember. I think the last ticket I got was for like not having my registration on the windshield. And they were doing that thing where they were this was on Metric and 183, where they're just waiting for people to come around the corner and you have to slow down to turn. And they just had somebody sitting there looking and then telling people to pull over. I'm like, dang it, really? Okay, I don't want to be having to look for this one little piece because I know if I don't find it, it is going to end up being in a bag because it's a small piece that I could see living in the corner of a bag. So hang on with me. I passed a sheriff once where it was illegal and I was doing like 40. Oh my goodness. You got a call for something really, really major. You ran off, told me to drive like an idiot. That's funny. Nope, these are both that size. This is over here. This is small. These are all... Should be one more of those. I hate knolling in a bag. I feel like it slows down the build. But I can't find this other piece, so make sure it's not under there. Should it roll over here somewhere? Make sure I actually need 3 of these. And go dig through the bags. Which would be in here, I think, and it is not. So that sucks. I don't think I have one of these. Let me go check real quick. I might have one. Oh, here it is, right there. Shoo. Well, I don't know if people like it. I like it. Also, I found out from the land that the people who are generally doing the approvals and stuff like that are going on vacation. The AFOLET people are going on vacation next week. And then they'll be gone till the first week of September, one of them, and another one until the middle of or not September, August, and then another one in the middle of August. So we should find out by tomorrow. I know another ambassador said that they got their project support. Oh, it was, I think James was telling me, was it Dallas? Houston got theirs approved like in 3 days. Probably because they know they're going on vacation. So hopefully we'll get our, and I keep checking like every couple hours just to see. Usually when that happens, when you have a form that's been approved or updated, you get an email, but I always like to go, I'm always on the land forums anyway to kind of check on stuff, so not a big deal. Drink of today, since we've gone our 30 seconds without adult content, Blue Owl Brewing Tahitian Lime Pie. It's a milkshake sour IPA, Tahitian lime, and whatever that is, Montuca hops. Hopefully it's done with a little lactose. It says a milkshake. It's a sour mash, so we'll see what it's like. Good. Okay, cool. I mean, we can check right now. Nope, not yet. Form you have submitted has been acknowledged or completed. No, that's a general activity form. So this would be applications. That's not. So this is, I don't like this because it doesn't have everything that I'm. Other forms. There we go. It is processing. So right there, processing. So not approved yet. I technically, the Mars base report is still processing as well. I'm gonna need all 3 of these. So yeah, as soon as I know, everybody will know. Oh, anyway, this beverage. Oh, wow. That is a unique taste. Not bad. I don't think I'm going to be able to get through this whole 20-ounce can. It's a seasonal. Ale with Tahitian lime, naked oats, honey malt, lactose, motueka hops, vanilla extract, cinnamon, and graham cracker crust. 6.2% ABV. It's pretty good. I am a kind of a fan. I know I'm not a huge like hoppy kind of flavor, but anything that's got a bit of, when they do a lactose thing and it kind of tastes like an orange Julius, really, really like those. Those are yummy. Anything else other than the Mario set coming out in the next little bit, or any new releases teased about? I didn't get a real good look at the Lego sites today. I was busy watching all the women's soccer Olympic group play this afternoon, so I missed a little bit of that. Oh, got a new piece on here. I posted that I'm working on this on the social network Blue Sky that I frequent, and a Lego person was like, they were on bag 12 or something like that. I was like, I just finished bag 15 or 16 at the time. I think I was just a couple bags ahead. And they were like, well, you'll probably beat me because I don't build all that fast. I'm like, honestly, I only do a couple bags on stream every, twice a week. So you may get it done before I do. And they said, so what you're saying is that we should have a race and see who gets done before Christmas. And I'm like, if I'm not done before Christmas, I was like, I'll be done within a week. I didn't realize that they had been working on it for like a month or something already. I'm like, do you do like one bag every other day or something? D&D figs will be pretty good for Megaspark. Yeah, they will. That's going to be, I'm going to have to really dig into my minifig stuff for that because I don't have animals. I don't have a lot of things that aren't space or Star Wars. We do drafts and whatnot, and I generally don't go for the figures, but we'll see what I've got. I'm sure somebody will come up with a great idea. Animal Crossing is going to be the way to go, man. Animal Crossing and D&D probably. Yeah, I'm like, this thing's going to be done before the end of July. Christmas. So I've finished Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores, the DLC, and now I want to build a Horus, which somebody needs to tell me not to do that because it's probably going to be easy twice as big as the thing I just made. There is, if you don't know what the Horus is, I could probably show you here in a second. But basically, it is a giant tentacled, it looks like a giant squid. I mean, it's built like a giant squid. It's got kind of an arrowhead body with a bunch of tentacles and then some legs underneath it. So it's squid-ish. So it's got 4 tentacles, and then I think 6 legs, and it's got kind of a scalloped body and like a head with mandibles on the front of it. But it's the size of a city, and it was used during the Pharaoh Plague as sort of a repository of biomass, and it would also create new machines. But other than that, I'm not really sure what it was for. They just show up as, like, in the first game, they show up as frozen. They're inoperable, and they're frozen, and most of them are, like, on the side of mountains. And so some of the levels that and quests that you go on go into them because they've fallen apart or been rotted out or something like that. But in this game, the reason it came out on PS5 only is because they wanted the original game was going to be this way, but they couldn't get it to work on a PS4. You were supposed to end up fighting one of them. They come to life and you end up fighting it. But there was so much going on with debris and like things so far away that were in motion that were part of this big thing that the PS4 couldn't handle it. So they're like, well, we'll wait. So they did it for the PS5, and that's why everybody got a little upset because they had PS4s and they played the original game, but they couldn't play the DLC. So I think that's right. Okay. Horus. Horus. So we can bring it up here. So these things live in like the hills. That's its head, and it's these giant tentacles that kind of live in the mountains. It's hard to give you the scale of just how big this thing is. There's a pretty good shot. Here's a dead one. This is after you kill it. And it'd be cool because it still has like, they've been dead for so long that like the trees, the landscape has grown over the top of it. So like here's one coming over the Hollywood sign. And the reason the Hollywood sign is still there, there's a great little story tidbit where they wanted to keep the landmark as long as possible. So they figured out this like nanobot or nanofiber coating or something. So it stayed for a very, very long time. Black Brick Ops Lego, hello, how are you? So yeah, this is it. It's just immense how big this thing is. Like 1 foot of this thing, like one of these drill arms is probably about 10 times as big as Aloy. So just the foot at the end of the tentacle is going to be like this big to Aloy, right? Who's that big? It's going to be one of these things. And so a full arm is going to be 4 feet long, something. And then you've got the body to go with it and the legs. And then you got to put a landscape underneath it. I think it'd be a lot of fun. It'd be really, really hard. And it would have to be, you know, you want to make the tentacles look cool. You want to make the legs work. So it would have to be kind of like maybe sitting on some ruins, and then the tentacles would kind of like attach in some way at the beginning and the end. So they don't have to be, you know, held up, but then have like maybe 1 or 2 held up with some really good locking joints or something like that. So it'd be fun to figure out for sure. So let's get back to build with instructions. I'm doing well. Thank you. I'm excited to be building the SLS space launch system, Artemis launch system. We got quite a ways last couple times. We're at the sort of repetitive part of building the gantry right now. But otherwise, everything's good. That may be a multi-year project. Like, I can see probably figuring out a lot of it in person and just figuring out how to make it stay up and stuff. And right now, I don't know that I need another multi-year project until I get Q2 done. I really want to get Q2 done first. But while I was playing it this afternoon, I'm like, I could do that out of Lego, right? I could still do that. But yeah, it's easily twice as big as the display I just did. I'm like, oh. So, we'll see. I'd put pipe on the inside of the tentacles just like Lego would. Yeah, I might. Doing something that scale, I wouldn't just... If it was just a landscape or something that was that big, I wouldn't. But something where you'd need a really solid foundation for it or be able to stay up. At least for a couple of them, like if I wanted them up in the air, they would have some sort of internal support for sure. Black Brick Ops, what are you doing here? Where are you coming from? What's your favorite Lego set? What have you been working on lately? Uh-oh. That's gonna drive me crazy if I don't fix that. Had a post on the LAN that somebody asked what your Lego journey was. They had a poll whether you always built, or you had a dark age, or um, you started as an adult, that kind of thing. Kind of fascinating to go and remember kind of where you were and what you were doing and how you got to this point. Working on building a Lego gun. Okay. What model? Oh, come on, man. Oh, nice. Well, I'm glad you stopped. Hope you're... Oh, that one is the 11. Hope your project is awesome. Times 3. The model is Megatron. Wait, I still function. What a bet? Starscream. Oh, these flies. I thought we got rid of these flies. I had a piece of sticky paper, trapped 40 flies. I went to the grocery store and bought a $20 fly zapper plug-in thing that was like glows blue and has a sticky piece of paper on it. Hadn't caught any stupid flies yet. I'm like, man, I want my money back. Still got 3 or 4 of them flying around, and they love these giant bright lights. I don't know if you can hear the tappy tap. Yeah, I'm the wrong guy for that. The Megatron gun, if I remember correctly, is a Walther P38. Sorry, I'm leaning. I'm trying to see the instructions on the screen past the gantry. All right, this is going to be a little weird, apparently. I'm going to have to turn it so I can see what I'm doing. This, yeah. Thanks for the sub, man. Appreciate it. I will likewise check your channel out once I'm done here. Like so. And this is going through the top one. Like that. Just sitting in there. Okay. All right. I see we've got extras on here. Oh, wait. Not too many extras. I'm kind of hoping I didn't miss a step in here. There's 3. Nope, I totally missed a step in here. It's like, usually 1 or 2 is fine. It's when you get 3 of the same thing, you're like, nope, I missed something. Yeah, the horse fight is pretty intense because you're already fighting basically an alien, an Earthling. They're called Zeniths. They've left Earth. They've lived for 1,000 years. They've come back to Earth, and he's got like personal shields and stuff. But he's piloting this giant Horus thing, and so you have to kind of defeat it by hitting like a bunch of heat sink points and overheat it, because that's really the only way you can beat a giant monstrosity like that, is kind of overheat it. So it stops for a second, and then you can go do a bunch of other stuff. All right, man, take care. Welcome back anytime. Okay, so we got extra pieces. On to bag 17. I'm going to try to move this over here. I don't really care if I don't see myself. Let's see if we can... raise this up a little bit. That may be a little better. Stick my ugly face in here every once in a while. And of course now it locks up. Too much going on, huh? All right. Oh, been good to see you and what you're working on, Ben. I'm going to click off so I can troubleshoot a Studio Mac. You know how it is. Studio Mac. I do know how it is. I apologize for these lights. Trying to make sure everything's lit so everybody can see them. This thing just keeps getting bigger. We found out the other day the internets did not let us down. Johnny's building Orthanc. Or no, he's building not Orthanc. He's building Baradur. And I'm building this. And so we were trying to figure out whose model was taller. So we had a good old-fashioned measuring contest. And his was bigger. So congratulations to Mrs. Johnny Builds. Yeah, this Baradur was, so this is 27 inches and Baradur's 30 something, 35 inches. Almost got him. And you're back. That was quick. Joined on Discord. Cool. I don't have Discord going right now because if I turn it on, it'll try to take the camera away from me, and I already have too many camera problems as it is with OBS. But thank you very much. Looking forward to engaging with you on Discord. Boy, Vab was right. This is now very boring. Go away. Yes, yours is bigger, Johnny. Slid into my DMs, had to show me a pic. I'm like, dude, stop flexing. You got anything better to do? Think of the children. If you like 80s kind of synthwave stuff, and you're on TikTok, oh, now I can't remember the dude's name. Kid Wave or Kid Synth or something like that. Probably on Spotify too. Really good stuff. And it's always these videos where he says, he tries to make songs that sound like a certain feeling from, you know, the 80s, I guess, but maybe tied into like a movie, like your best friends all turned into vampires and you just want to hang out with them on a Saturday night. And so he'll make a song that sounds kind of like something from Lost Boys or something, you know. It's got that feel to it. It's very cool. If you aren't into synthwave stuff, that's probably not your bag, so. But I'm a big fan of TikTok, YouTube Shorts, any social media people who are kind of making their own music, especially one person bands that do looping and recording their own stuff. I still like regular groups and stuff, like Pomplamoose is really good. What's another one? Pomplamoose is kind of associated with something Pockets, Scary Pockets or something is really good too. You see the Tyler, the Creator with Funk Flex slide into your DMs? No, I didn't. I will go check it out. times 3. There's a Hawaiian girl named Kauai, who does kind of, she's a busker for the most part, but she does a lot of looping, but does a lot of really interesting songs. She did a 9 Inch Nail, Bite the Hand That Feeds, and it was like out on the street, and she starts off doing a little looping, like a little simple beatbox, and then plays the guitar over it, and it's fantastic. She's really good. That's where I also found Dury, which I'm a big fan of Dury, out of Wisconsin. So brother and sister group, and I'm sure they have a drummer and maybe like a bassist when they tour, but for the most part it's just them recording the music. I'd love to play some of that if I didn't think that I would get shut off for doing so. So you're just going to have to take my word for it. It's really good stuff. As far as I know, there's no new... I wish Vab was in here. I don't think there's anything major going on in the world of space currently. Like, we're still a ways out from another Artemis launch. I think they're still doing some Falcon Heavy testing. The last video I watched on Launchpad was them like putting a rocket together. I don't know which one it was, but so they're not like... Nothing major has been launched lately. A lot of the new space news lately has been a lot of combining JWST imaging with Chandra, X-ray telescope, and old Hubble imagery for like infrared stuff, and just kind of getting a really good idea of what's going on in the universe. A lot of new theories about the Big Bang Theory and the Big Bang itself. There's a lot of fun going on right now, if you're into that. A channel I watch called Vintage Space is back in action. She took a little time off to do some writing and wants to get back into vintage space, but called that because it's a place for vintage space, but also a space for vintage anything. So maybe a little bit more just history stuff, not necessarily all like 1960s Apollo program things. Still a good channel. She does a lot of good research. Blah blah blah. So now that I'm done with Forbidden West again, and I've played sort of I keep calling it Sword, Ghost of Tsushima. I got ridiculed today. Oh my goodness. So we're watching all the women's soccer today, and I'm on a Discord with a bunch of people kind of live chatting while we're watching it. And the announcers apparently it was Spain and Japan. They were like, who are these announcers? They're not saying any of these Japanese names right. And they were kind of butchering the Spanish names too. And they're like, how would you spell this? And it looked like it was something that had a long second vowel. It looked like Akashima or something, let's just say. And so everyone was saying Akashima. And I was like, well, I don't think that's right. I think you say Akashima, right? And they're like, no, you're an idiot. How dare you? And I'm like, well, but what is it? And so they recorded it, and it's like Akshma. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not a native Japanese speaker, so unless I hear you pronounce the name, I'm just going phonetically. But it's that sort of, I don't know, it felt very on brand for somebody on the internet to be like, you're an idiot. How dare you not know to speak a different language? It's like, all right, relax. Anyway, Ghost of Tsushima. So I need a new game, is what I'm saying. And I can't play on a computer because my computer is not. Oh, I hate these pieces. Come on, man. Screw you, Technic piece. I don't have a decent enough video card to play anything on the PC, so it would have to be a PS5. PlayStation game. So any recommendations? I know Johnny's going to recommend, what's that dinosaur game? Something AV or something. So this is going to go this way. Uh-oh. Did I do this all wrong? No, that's right. Arc. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it looked all right, but it looked like it went immediately into like multiplayer. Does it have any story involved, or is it just basically like a giant jump in multiplayer, run around, ride dinosaurs, shoot at people? Which is fine. I just want to know before I go get it. Where are you, little Technic Bush? Technic Bushing? Is it bushing or bush? I thought it was bushing. There you are. Okay. Hopefully we're almost done with this tower. Way out of focus. Hey, coming back. There you go. Yeah, it doesn't know how to handle this. It can be solo and multi. There's a large story, and you have to find pieces of the story that talk about the dinosaurs and the research being done in the arcs. All right, I'll give it a shot. I saw a trailer for it, and it looked very like PUBG meets dinosaurs, so I was like, oh. But I'll give it a shot. I was playing a game for a while called Inscription, and it took a turn that I wasn't expecting. The guy who told me about it, he's like, this is the most interesting game I've ever played. He's like, and you should play it. I'm not going to tell you anything about it. You just kind of have to figure it out for yourself. And so I started playing it, and the game changed like 3 times. Like what the type of game I was playing changed a bunch of times. I was like, so I saw him a little while later. I was like, hey man, I had to give up on this because I kind of felt like he was getting into a pattern. He's like, where are you right now? I was like, well, I was at this point, blah, 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 whatever it was. He's like, yeah, keep going. It's good. It's going to ruin you. I'm like, well, I don't want a game to ruin me. He's like, no, it's really good. I'm like, ugh, go back and finish it now, I guess. I think Stray was on sale for a little bit. I might go try to find that again. That looked fun. So we're just building this kind of stuff for now. Rotate it back up there when we attach it, I guess. It's definitely getting warm in here. I thought the AC was supposed to be working a little better. It is not very hot out. We've had some rain, so it's been cooling off everything for the last little bit, which is nice. I almost went back and started playing Battlefront just to play the story, Battlefront 2 just to play the story, because it's still a wonderfully beautiful game. I mean, I was playing the multiplayer up until I started replaying, or until I did Ghost of Tsushima. It's just so pretty. I really wish they would have done a third one. But there is a new Star Wars game coming out, Outlaws, or Outlaw. I think it's coming out in soon, like maybe in August sometime. So maybe I'll just wait. I hate waiting. Realize my mic's really far away. There's a guy on my Instagram that follows me that every time I post something, he comments, "This looks great, you should see mine." Every time. Every Horizon Zero Dawn thing I post, he's like, "That looks great, you should see mine." I'm like, okay, that's not really how this works, but I guess full points for trying. I don't know, is that just me? Am I being the a-hole on that? So looking forward to the opening ceremonies tomorrow for the Olympics. They are being held, if you're not a fan of the Olympics, if you're not a sports fan or Olympics fan, it's being held in Paris, and the opening ceremonies are different this year in that they're not being held in a stadium. The whole thing is going to take place going down the River Seine, which I think is going to be super unique, and I can't wait to see it. Yeah, it really is. It's like, I get the tit for tat kind of thing, especially with Lego ideas, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, time and a place, and this really isn't it. Like, I already follow you. If I see your stuff, I'll comment on it, or I'll like it. But, you know, I'm not going to comment on it with, your stuff's great, you should check out my stuff. I don't know, it just seems disingenuous. But whatever. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what it's about. I other than it's going to take place on the river, I have no idea what it's going to be. So, I'm excited. And I think I'm excited by myself. Beth has no desire to watch it. I'm like, really? It sounds kind of cool. She's like, yeah. But we did get tickets to go see the U.S. women's team play Iceland here in Austin in October. So this will be post Olympic goodness. This is on their way to World Cup at this point. I think it's just a friendly, but it'll still be fun. and I've got to start shopping for. I need to get a new vest and put on some new patches for the the U.S. team. I got my Austin FC vest. Now I need to get a U.S. Women's National Team vest. Just get a blue denim vest and start. Cheryl and Claire have all kinds of player patches and patches for the team and everything. Oddcoloredsheep.com. There you go. It's hard too because like we were watching the U.S. team play Zimbabwe today, and they just went on this. They told this story about the Zimbabwe coach and the federation they're under and everything, and it was just heartbreaking because you know all the people want to do, all the players want to do is play. They don't want to be embroiled in all this thing. They just want to play. They want to be treated equally. And they have to deal with this kind of crap where they've got people involved that are abusing players. They're abusing the system. They're taking money, you know, all this kind of junk. And you're just like, man, why does it got to be so crappy like that? I mean, humans are awesome, but they're also terrible at the same time. Take care, Black Brick Ops. Thank you for coming by. Hope to see you again. I will be back on Sunday at 10 a.m. If you're in that time in the Central Time Zone. Sunday at 10 a.m. We'll probably be doing at least one more of these, and then maybe back into some more studio design work or something else. We'll see. But thanks again for coming by. I appreciate it. I think, yeah, this needs to go in there. I think I'm one bit short here. Slightly different on the... I think we're nearing the end of this section of the gantry. We're running it low on these style of pieces. Hopefully the next bag will not be any of this, but we shall see. I do like the bracket math they got going on here, and this is also a very cool piece. It is a dark orange, upward facing 1x1 with 2 height bracket, and then they got the bracket math with the down facing bracket of the same type. So that's a good piece there. This goes above this. So you just have to take my word for it that it's going up top until I figure out a better angle to get both of everything that's going on up here. What other set have I seen the RFLMs talk about the last couple days? I'm trying to think if I've seen anything come up a lot. That's obvious that it's okay to talk about now. There was a car. Can't remember what car it was. McLaren? Was it another F1 car? I don't recall. I don't think there's any new speed champions. So, not really sure. I love seeing all these clips ahead of time, knowing that this thing is just sick with like clips and holes for bars and things like that, where all this cabling is going to attach later. Super fun. Reacted to a post. Okay, so nothing. I keep checking the LAN to see. I may have to put this on the floor and build from the floor up. I mean, you can see from the table up, it's already out of camera how tall it is. Well, let's see what's next. Oh, more of the same. Okay, we got one more section of this. What time is it? I think all we're doing is tower today, everybody. Bag 18. I think bag 18 is going to be it for the tower. We can only hope. James, help me remember to bring, I need to remind Justin to bring stickers for him. He wants stickers and I don't care about stickers. So I'm going to go through all my old instruction booklets and see what stickers I have, and he said he wants them, so, because I don't care. Oh, it's going to be an abbreviated version. Okay. Did-a-do. Nothing, just Justin Brady Joyner. We were talking about stickers. I was like, I've got instruction books where I put the stickers in the instruction books and then I keep the instruction books. I haven't lately. I've thrown them all away. The last few sets, I'm just like, I'm not going to use either of them. But I do have older ones, so I'm like, I've got a bunch of old stickers I can give you. So I just have to remember to bring them. Everybody does their own thing. My thing is not stickers. For the most part, my thing is not minifigures either, but I do realize and I do recognize that at times minifigures are a necessity. But I'm just not the collectible. I got the Space series. But I don't think I'm going to get much more than that. I started another one, another whole one here. Oh, I finished Gen V. Highly recommend. If you like the boys, I think you'll really like Gen V. I feel it's a different type of story. It's still superhero-y and it's still in the same universe, but it's very much, if the boys is straight up a Singer X-Men movie, then the Gen V is First Class, X-Men First Class, type of thing. But it's very well written, and the story unfolds really satisfyingly. All the actors are very good, very believable. there was never really a point where I was watching it where I was bored or felt like it was being talked down to by the script. It's just really enjoyable. Check it out if you get a chance. I'm really tired of these things rolling away on me. I thought this table was level, but I think over the years it's drifted a little bit. I think some of the legs have gotten a little short. See, tomorrow is our last half day, I think, for the summer at work. I'm sad. I really liked having the Friday half days, but those will be coming to an end. And then on top of it, I think I have to go to the office tomorrow for a half a day to hook up a bunch of Wi-Fi radios in the newly constructed areas of the building. Not how I wanted to spend a Friday, but we've got a guy who works in our print shop who is hot on getting his area set up so he can continue to work, and I assume he needs Wi-Fi for that, but he's got a hardwired desk area, so I'm not really sure what the rush is. And then I think we're going to go to Dell Children's up near y'all, James, to do a photo thing. Pose with a big check. I don't know if you saw that or not. Will posted it. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, we have a charity auction at Brick Rodeo, and it goes to Dell Children's every year. It splits between Dell Children's and then like Children's Hospital of something, Central Texas, whatever. And so they did one of them earlier this week, and the other one they're doing tomorrow. And I was like, yeah, I think I can swing by at noon tomorrow. So hopefully I'm done at my job by then. The dangerous thing is this hospital is very close to a Bricks and Minifigs. So I was like, Bricks and Minifigs. It was right there, man. We should go give a big check to some people. And then go buy some Lego. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Dove's going? Cool. So I think it's going to be me and Dove and Lasso and Will. I got to remember to bring my purple Brick Rodeo shirt. Because I think Will and Glenn went to the last one. Not like I had much to do with the... Well, I say that, and then I thought about it. I was like, you know what? You and I did all the organizing for all the auction stuff. You did most of it. I was just labeling things, but it's like, yeah, I still helped. It's still helpful. I think it's a great idea. I think we should all do it. I think his was today, so I hope he washes his before tomorrow. Everybody besides Will getting invited was my idea. Well, good. My actual suggestion was get people in the photos who will solicit donations in the future. Like other... I don't understand that. like, will solicit them in the future. We will. Nice. It's very satisfying. Very tall. This music sounds like Knight Rider. Do 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 do. Oh, this is a perfect drink because I don't want to slam it. I'm not going to get through the whole thing tonight, sadly. But it's been in there for a while, and Beth's not drinking it. They were Beth's. That's fine. So when we go ask for donations, Lego discounts, whatever, we can prove we have history. Oh, I get you. Yeah. Yeah, so the more people that do that, the better. Bricks and Minifigs was surprisingly cool about, I emailed Gary and was like, hey, my wife is looking to do some mindfulness building with her group. She's a social worker. She's a not a. Hey Beth, what's your acronym? She's a licensed master's social worker, and she runs group therapy at a hospital, outpatient group therapy. And so part of her exercise was she wants to do Lego building as a mindfulness exercise. So I was like, we can go to Bricks and Minifig and you can bulk Lego. And so I emailed, and I think it was one of y'all's, maybe James, was like, you should ask them for a discount for that. And they were surprisingly cool. They're like, yeah, we'll do that. I'm like, sweet, we will come by and spend money. I've had a conversation with WM managers where if I had a photo of me handing off the check, they would have given a big discount on sets. Walmart? Is that WM? Wally World sets? Wally World? Oop. That's cool. I mean, anytime that we can get a big discount on things, especially if we're in the position to buy stuff for the lug or for the con, all the better. Yep. Cool. Sets for games, sets for volunteer, for people who volunteer, that kind of thing. Drafts. Drafts would be rad. Huge discount on this one thing. Ooh, a shiny metal rail. I don't think I've seen one of those before. It's pretty hip. They are getting their mileage out of these grill bricks for sure. Be interested to know how many grill bricks are in this set. I shall look that up later. There's just a ton of these things. And they're useful. They do look like the sides of corrugated steel building. So, Dusty Bricks, welcome back. Yeah, no problem, man. I aspire to be background noise. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming in. Hope everything is doing well with you. Dusty coming in from Australia. Watched the Lady Matildas play their first game against Brazil today in the Olympics, and it did not go well. I was really hopeful a little better for them, but it did not pan out. So hopefully they'll snap up in their group a little more. Actually, I don't even know why I call them the Lady Matildas, just the Matildas. Or the Tillies. So, they are we're one of the teams that I like rooting for in World Cup play and Olympic play. Always root for US, always root for Canada, unless they're playing each other. And lately, huge problem with Canada today. Wow, there was a whole thing about how they had somebody spying using a drone to not spy, but they were flying over the other team during practice, and so they got a couple of the people got sent home, and the IOC disciplinary thing is looking into maybe not awarding them points for the game they just played. It's kind of a big deal. And it turns out it wasn't even... All right, bag 19, and I think we're done with this part of the tower. We can build something else now. Ooh, there's not many parts in this bag. Cool. It was like people who knew... It was a couple of the assistant coaches, the coaching staff, knew the people who were running the drone, and the drone was like a person that kind of knew somebody from like their supporter group or something. So it seemed real dodgy and whatever, but I feel like they were, in the conspiracy mindedness of it all, I'd be like, let's remove plausible deniability. Do you have somebody that knows somebody? So it's several layers deep of I don't know who did it. So just kind of crazy. Always something. I know that the Russians, and again, this is where I feel bad about the athletes and the people who just want to play their sport. Because of everything that's going on and a bunch of doping allegations on top of it. Which doping allegations makes me feel less sorry for the players, because you're like, okay, I feel bad if your government is a bunch of asshats. But if you are doing jerky things with drugs and stuff, then I don't feel sorry for you. But because of so much of it happening, they normally field like 200 or 300 athletes or something, and I think they're going to have 15 this year, and they have to do that thing again where they show up as neutral country or something. They can't show up as Russia. And in years past, I was like, that sucks for them, and now I'm just like, you know what? I don't care anymore. I'm sorry, but your whole country is just... You let it go on for so long. Anyway. Stories like that. That's the drama for the games, right? I should tell that to Beth. She likes drama. My brain is getting a little fuzzy. I'm having a hard time finding this piece amidst these pieces. So... This isn't a ×2, is it? Okay. Oh, there it is. It's gray. Oh no, it's the other way. So yeah, Dusty, I don't know if you don't have to respond, I'm just talking, but if you watch Olympics or not. Find a lot of people, I don't want to say I'm in the minority, but like a lot of my friends don't. Beth doesn't. So I feel like I'm watching it kind of by myself. I know Cheryl and Claire do, but they are big fans of the national women's team already. So that's kind of a layup for them. And then in general, I think they like watching the Olympics anyway. But my oldest child does, so that's kind of cool. We'll get to watch that together. And they kind of moved into the same city we're all in. They moved back, so hopefully we'll see them more often. Well, this piece is involved. Oh, Shorzy fans. Season 3 of Shorzy is out. I forgot up until a couple days ago, and I went and watched an episode, and I missed watching it. So hopefully I'll be able to watch the rest of it here in short order. These pieces are all so similar that I'm having a real hard time differentiating them quickly. Okay. So, James, earlier you had said for paying something about the lug and something about, I can't remember if it was discounts or something, but I scroll back up in the chat and find out. But you had said that's how you pay for all your illegal tickets or whatever the phrase was. And for a hot second, I thought somebody had made an accusation about me doing something with the support that Lug gave us for my own benefit. And I was kind of like, oh God, what happened now? In the long run of the long story of things that have happened lately, I'm like, no, please, no. I don't want to hear about this, whatever it is now. And it wasn't. It's, you know, I just thought it was kind of funny. I'm like, man, I didn't do anything. All right. Oh, this is going to go where now? Uh-oh. Boy, these railings love to not stay on. Oh, as far as you know, no, it's... okay, let's see. It needs to go this way with the sticks down. Okay, let's turn this. Can't really see what's going on. We're gonna boop. So this is gonna go up here. Like so. And this goes... This goes in here and in here. And those go in there. Oh, that's not precarious at all. It's going to drop. Yeah, I did that. So this is going to go down. Okay. And then that's going to go here. Like so. I always worry about that, to be honest, because there was a guy, and he's a member of, or he had a lug in New Zealand, and he was kind of not a big deal, but I mean, he was kind of known around YouTube channels and stuff, and there were accusations of him doing exactly that, like hoarding lug support, basically, and maybe not selling it, but like keeping some of it, using it for preferential treatment for lug members, like a bunch of really kind of horrible stuff, and none of it was true. At least that's what he says. But because there was such an air about the whole thing, he was like, you know what? I've done this for a while. I think I'm just going to step aside and let somebody else do it. Because no amount of me talking about it is really going to fix anything. So, which is kind of sad. It goes up through there. Okay. So I'm always worried that that's going to happen. Not like I want to go on record and say I have neither the time nor the mental bandwidth, nor the need to do anything with our lug's support other than give it to the lug. My failing usually comes from not really knowing what to do with it, so it just kind of either backs up or ends up being all given away at once at a holiday party. What I'd like to do... Oh, here's the thing, James. I think instead of trading for sets, I might do a raffle for that big train set. So maybe at the holiday party, I'll do a raffle. And then we can... all that goes to the lug. I think I can do that. I think I can do a raffle. I'm not really sure, but we'll find out. Somebody else said they did that with theirs. So, where is this going to go? It's going to go up in here. Got that. We got 2 of these. Yeah, I'm still not 100% whether I want to trade it for sets or what, but I think a raffle is probably a pretty good idea. Let's get some funds into the lug. Or we could donate it to charity. It doesn't have to be lug funds. We can do a raffle for pick a charity. Probably not the Dell Children's thing. We just did that, but if you've got a charity in mind, if not, I know of a couple groups. A friend of mine is a coach for a local the Green Machines. They're a local wheelchair powered wheelchair soccer club, and I think she does coaching for Special Olympics. So I think there's a group that we can donate for that I might do. Actually, yeah, that's I like that. I'm gonna do that. I'll get all the info and I'll set it all up. That is a solid connection. If you're ever meaning to do any kind of joint connection, that's a pretty solid connection. It doesn't have to be these pieces, but there's those ones that are just the toe balls with the bars on them. If you do 2 right there, that's pretty solid. That feels like it could take some weight. So I'm gonna put the other one here. And my guess is there's gonna be a couple, yep. He's holding that on. So this is obviously going to be pretty cool because it's gonna hold something in place and then go away once, you know, the rocket takes off. This thing moves out of the way. So that's pretty cool, and this will be holding it up. Oh, did we talk about the Pharrell Lego thing yet? If not, let's talk about that. He's making a movie, and it's done in the style of the Lego movie. How weird is that? I know almost no other details other than that. Lightsaber in that color. Yeah, it's really weird. It hit the other day and I was like, what? What is going on? I'm gonna have to get some more information. Yeah, I'm not like... I'm not against it or anything, but I'm just kind of like, why? To be fair, the white stripes, according to a trivia question that I asked this year at Brick Rodeo, the white stripes did this. They made a stop motion. They made a stop motion, but also a mosaic stop motion with Lego of one of their early videos. Fell in love with a girl, and after it came out, they approached Lego and said, hey, we did this thing. I think it'd be really cool if, dang it, if they could, if Lego would like to make a little set that looks like the album cover or something, or maybe two little set of Meg and Jack. Something they could sell along with the album, right? A little Lego set, first 1,000 people, 1,000,000 people, something like that, whatever. Or just anybody. And Lego said, no, we really don't do things like that. And they're like, all right. And then when the album went like triple plat, yeah, Michael Gondry, that's who did it. He made the movie. And I did say that in trivia. I said Michael Gondry and the White Stripes. Because it was their music. Then Lego came back and said, after the album went quadruple platinum or whatever, they said, yeah, I think it'd be a great idea to do that. And Jack White went, yeah, we're not, no. You had your chance. I hope that's on top. That's not how I remember that. What you doing, kitty? Okay, that's going where? So I have to stand up to get this. Oh, the cat. It's 9:30-ish. Cat thinks he's going to get a treat. So my stupid cat, get out of here. Go on. Is so food motivated. The little dog needs a snack before we go to bed, because if not, she throws up. We talked to the vet, and the vet's like, we're like, the little dog throws up like almost every other night. And the vet goes, well, little dogs are weird. They've got weird digestive tracts, and they got weird throats, and it's all this kind of stuff. I really wouldn't worry about like giving them too much. Like originally they'd suggested giving them a little bit of omeprazole, but I'm like, I can't do that forever. So they're like, no, you can just give her a little snack before you go to bed, and that should help. Aha. So it looks like there's going to be a little control here. That way her stomach's got a little something to work on in digesting, because what they tend to throw up is they get a little bit of indigestion, and they just end up throwing up bile. They just get indigestion. I'm like, oh, fucking little dogs, man. She's my princess, she's my baby, but man, little dogs are just the worst creatures. They're so broken. You know what'd be great? A wolf, but this big. So she gets a snack at like 10:30, like right before we go to bed. And for about a week, I was like, you know what? The big dog could get a snack too. I'll give her a cookie or a greenie or something. And I was like, and the cat is going to feel left out. I'll give the cat a handful of greenies as well. So now when I say snacky snack, the little dog knows that it's time to get her evening thing. But now the cat is also like 9 o'clock, 9:30 starts meowing because he thinks he's going to get food. Well, I stopped that about 2 weeks ago. He's still Like, it's feeding time. I'm like, no, it's not, buddy. You were getting a snack just because I felt like it, not it's feeding time now. He is so annoying. And if he doesn't get his way, he's going to go eat all the bread on our counter. So I have to hide. We have to put our bread in the bread box because I did. You know what works great with bread is you get the cardboard 12 packs of soda or sparkling water. You can rip those open, right? You put a loaf of bread in there. They fit really great. So that's what I've had to do to keep the cat from eating it. Because he'll just dig through that plastic and just eat a corner of bread. He is a jerk. And Beth's like, no, he's hungry. I'm like, he's a jerk. Interesting. These are going to be like, so this is kind of like what I do with Horizon Zero Dawn stuff. Is use horns and tooths and stuff for tubing. Right? There's going to be some umbilical tubing bits. Oh, that goes on there. That. This attaches here. And there's a lot of extra on this step. Okay. So I got to make sure I'm doing this right. This goes here. This goes... Did I not put those... Oh, that's why. Okay. So that goes down. And these go in between like this. Oh, man. This is so precarious. Okay. I hope this all lines up. Like, I'm terrified that there's a lot that didn't line up here. So, moving on. So, I don't know if you can kind of see what's been going on here. This is all going to be somehow released. Right? There's some stuff up here, too, you can't really see. But it's all gonna like go away once the rocket takes off. So that's pretty cool. All right, bag 20. Last bag of the night. May or may not get through the whole thing. We got about 15 minutes left. Doesn't look like a ton of pieces, so this may be perfect. So there are 20 bags of just the gantry. We haven't even got to the rocket yet. Got some track. Some simple roller coaster track here. Kodiak. We're shaking, brother. How you doing? How's tricks? You've missed all the drama tonight. Holy crap. Johnny took his clothes off. James started a fire. I don't even know who else is in here. Dusty's listening, but I know Dusty's over there making long-distance phone calls using somebody's credit card. Which is such a thing for an old person to say. Like, that's a thing we used to do as kids. Make long... Like, I still do that. I'm like, don't make any long-distance phone calls. And everyone's like, what? Like, you know, back in the day when that would be a thing, you could run up a bill on long distance phone calls. They're like, I'm like, never mind. These are two-sided. Okay. Now, this has been pretty quiet. We're just working on really, really boring gantry build for the SLS. Hopefully, we're about done. I'm hoping this bag represents the last of it, so next stream we can work on the actual rocket. Yeah, I remember that too. That was a thing. Somebody picked up the phone, you're like, no! And then they'd yell at you because they need to make a call, and you'd yell at them because they disconnected you were playing. I don't even know what you were playing. There was no games back then that needed the internet. You were just on the internet, lost your chat with somebody. It's pretty great. The lower part was a lot of fun. It all is really great. Like, even the repetitive stuff, it differentiated itself enough, kind of like the Coliseum, to where, like, you had this little bit here or a bunch of little connections here and there, to where that later you can go and attach all these couplings and stuff. So I'm using somebody else's credit card just to be able to watch this from 1,000. It is easily 1,000 miles away. Austin to wherever you are in southern eastern Australia, that's easily 1,000 miles away. Right. I've been spending all afternoon trying to download this one picture, and you broke it. Now I got to start over. Now I got this half-formed, grainy, pixelated photo of whatever these two people are doing to each other. Oh, the days. Remember those days? Still playing X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. Still playing Myst on was it the Genesis? Master System? Genesis? Good times, man. I mean, I was in college. I was in college, and my dad was actually going back to college. He went back to get a master's or a business degree. I did my time already. Hell yeah, man. You guys don't know. Yeah, I get antsy when I'm watching TikTok, and like it takes a half a second for it to load. I'm like, come on. My dad, yeah, bzit, it just load, and you load, and you're like, come on. My parents will be here any second. Pre this, by about a year or two, my dad was going back to school. He went to get a business degree, and so he was going back to this place, and he kept coming home going, you don't understand. There's this thing called the internet. I'm like, what? I was like, what do you use it for? He's like, your computers can talk to other computers. And my whole thought was like war games? And he's like, kind of. I'm like, all right, well, what do you use it for? And he's like, well, I can call up all the computer files at the library and download books that I need to read or something, or reference files for papers I'm writing. And of course, me being the theater art kid who's way too into KMFDM at the time, I was like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. How could you possibly think that was cool? Cut to 6 months later, I'm like, Dad, I'm moving to Texas because I met this girl on the internet. So, I mean, you know. Alright, we have built a space washing machine. Space washing machine. Literally, I think this is a depressurizing chamber or something like that. This is definitely something. This is a new 2x2 turntable element. Was used to make the hatch on the crew bridge. Oh, this is a new turntable element. Neat. So there you go. New turntable element. Can't see it. It's a little washed out. Sorry. That 2x2. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I never knew what it was going to turn into, literally. How, you know, me of 1991 and me of 2024. First of all, I wouldn't recognize myself. I'd be like, look, you fat bastard. Go run a mile or something. But also, hey, by the way, you're never going to get rid of this thing. It's going to be in your hand when you wake up. It's going to be in your hand when you fall asleep. It's going to be in your hand when you go to the bathroom. You might as well just get it grafted onto your arm like Fallout. And then I'll have to explain Fallout. So... I feel like I missed something on here, but maybe not. I like how they're using these railroad or these roller coaster tracks to kind of make a look. They're not real tracks, they're girders, right? It's kind of a good look. I'm not used to the camera being that high up. Kind of a neat look. All right, this goes... Uh-oh. Did I miss a... Yeah, sure did. This goes upside down. Right here. Up. Okay. And then I'm guessing... Okay. So, we're about done with this hot section right here. And then... and then we'll be done for the day. I don't know how I'd explain Fallout. Well, first of all, I'd be like, look, dude, video games get so much better than whatever the heck you're doing. You think Myst is good? Wow. Myst ain't nothing compared to what you got in store for you. This doesn't attach to anything down here. Just these two. Okay. That seems really precarious. It doesn't attach to anything down here. I don't like it. This also doesn't seem like very attached. So you're gonna spend literally thousands of hours playing these games. Oh, so they're good. Well, one's pretty good. The others leave something to be desired. No, in fact, you hate play a lot of them. What's hate play? Well, there's hate watching, and then there's hate playing. And you do a lot of that. Why? Well, because there's nothing really better to do. But you're like married and stuff, right? Oh, yeah. And you have sex. Oh, yeah, occasionally. So why are you doing all this weird stuff? Well, it's the way life works now. All right, so there we are. This is where we ended up. Got the tall tower, and you can see the oops, these little railings, man. I'm gonna pull all of them off. They just all want to pop off. You can't really manhandle it from the sides here. You got to kind of go lower. So it's pretty stable on its own so far. I think this may be it for the... It looks like there's some tubing. I don't know how far until we go into the rockets. It looks like there's still a lot of extra stuff. One more bag of this stuff. So we'll get into that on Sunday. And then hopefully one bag, and then we'll get into the rocket. Because I really want to get into the rocket pretty soon. So you got nothing but free time for Lego. No. No, what little time I have for Lego is set aside for sorting Lego because you're forever sorting. So, all right, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me. Good talking to you again, Kodiak. Good seeing you. I hope things are well. Dusty, thanks for hanging out, popping in. James, thanks for being here. Johnny, thanks for being here. You guys have a great weekend. I'll see you Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. Watch some Olympics. It should be pretty fun, the opening ceremonies, if you're into that. Otherwise, I will talk to you soon. Take care.